from the 11th of the second month of 1443. 17, The Star Reversed. 6 of Needles. 14, Temperance Reversed. Ace of Potions. And 2 of Candles. Not all realizations are meant to be acted out, but belief should be maintained. Let's see what others have left us to start with again. Now is the time for actualization, but what most needs our attention. Predestination doesn't take from your involvement down to the emotions. The horizon has signs you should keep moving with if you work out their plan. And what are your initial thoughts?
I was picking up on traveling. I don't know if that's physical traveling or just traveling on or progressing or maybe not progressing, because a person can go back instead of forward or vice versa.
Well, the star here is moving along. And yeah. If you look here in the graphic, the card that you see there, you'll see a card towards the top of the screen. There's a unicorn drinking in the water next to it. Looks more like a dog because it's small and all that. But it definitely it's definitely a unicorn. And so this is now some of this I bought. I bought the book. I bought the membership packet and the thing where you have physical papers that they send you back. So there's the unicorn horn and there's the book, and I paid for that separate. There was patches for clothes that I had with this too, but these 3 stickers and the tape and the play money, that was all, and the dragon thing. That's that's all part of that thing. So I have an extra star card. I don't know if I have any extra cards other than that. Not all realizations are meant to be acted out, but belief should be maintained. And by, of course, that I don't mean just believe just because you've believed before. I mean, like, just because you can't do something doesn't mean you can't. You should stop having some sort of belief attached to it. That's really what I mean.
Yeah. And having one's own, opinions.
And sometimes you wonder why. It's like, why was I given the star card? Was there a reason for that, or was just some deck divided up that month and given out as, oh, well, the next 78 people that join get one of these cards. So I don't know what the specific thing with that was. But
I've wondered about like a star that's got, I've seen it within my mind a few times, and it's a star. It's got the bottom point is not closed, it's opened. So that just, when you said that, it just reminded me of what I've been seeing within. I see all this within.
And well, that star card, I guess you can relate it more to the princess and that thing, because there's something, it's moving along. Now it should be moving along with the system, and the princess card has less of a sense of, it's no senseless contrary to popular belief. I don't think Crowley ever really technically advocated merely, senseless rebellion for senseless rebellion. It was all supposed to do something, all supposed to be working with your shifting around your abilities, not, because it's fine doing the same ritual every day for the rest of your life or something like that, but it's good to do something different, to learn something different, to practice a little differently or something. And the 6 of Needles. Let's see what others have left us to start with again. Before we go on, remember that stuff like in the Bible and all that stuff, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters and all that? I can't help but think that's like a little bit connected to this ghost just floating about. I mean, I don't think they were meaning that, but so she falls from her tower and she puts herself back together. But of course, sometimes you have to, it's like sometimes you get stuck out of the wilderness. It's like, I'm going to starve to death stuck here. But some of those people, some save their life that way. Some aren't willing to do it and die. There's more of that. And some, they get saved the next hour and they've already cut off their leg or something.
That will, that will.
But but this is like the success, the science cards, science. So she knows what she's doing. So she's gone beyond whatever the physical and whatever it is to just get it done. It's something that's needed.
Get her done,
And but she was kind of slave. So it's really what others were doing to her to make her break free. One of those goofy how the In Bloom video for Nirvana. So I'm reminded of at least half of the Foo Fighters videos. So because Dave Grohl pretty much, I guess, promoted that, let's make all our videos a little bit like this, right? I don't know if they had the same guy or what the deal was, but so we got Temperance Reversed, and remember, Sally sees the signs and the boiling things and says, this is not a good sign. What's going to happen here?
That's the card that I saw.
Actually, she's figuring out how not to kill the one guy and sneak out at the same time.
That's the card I picked up on thinking too highly of oneself, thinking that one is one thing, way up here when they're really not. And separations, I see separations, and just thinking.
Now is the time for actualization, but what most needs our attention. And hence, you have to have different amounts and stuff like this. And I wonder how many young women or how many young men trying to sneak out, drug their parents, and end up in prison or death row or something, because which you don't do that, so you don't drug people. It may have been funny on House, but in real life, it's
it's not cool.
And contrary to what they put on the thing, when guys hear another guy's doing that, it's like, it's at the very least, it's going to reflect on all of us. We can't even associate with you anymore. And at the least, if we can't do anything, we're going to warn people about you. Thank you very much. And the Beastie Boys sung about spiking people's drinks, and it's like, no. It's like Bill Cosby tried to say it was like No, no, it's illegal when Bill Cosby was doing it from the very start of when he was doing it. He would have known that.
Yeah.
They,
You know,
they
it's
told they told those high school boys that, yeah, it's one thing getting them drunk, it's another thing putting other stuff in there
right, sleeping. Yeah.
because they know they're
Yeah.
drinking, and
Oh,
that's,
yeah.
that's. But now they have separate laws for that, so you can't underage drinking. It's like who's providing it? So there's extra things preventing that. But anyways,
Yeah.
not really the direction that these things were meant. But predestination doesn't take from your involvement down to the emotions. So, bottling things up inside. Another thing. Well, I don't remember what this is something straight from the movie. I don't remember exactly.
I see victim mentality in that. It's like, a person can choose to, it's not a person's fault if they are made a victim, but
Yeah, that's
to,
definitely.
to stay that way, to choose to be a victim forever. I say take back your power and
Well, you are what you are for the rest of your life. That's the whole
yeah,
thing.
choose to be a survivor instead. And that lets
Well,
that
remember the thing that's
out
eventually
the
the thing.
window.
Jack's like all depressed. He's like stuck in Halloween Town. He's like, oh, there's
Yeah.
something else out there, and he finally finds out there's something else out there, and then he goes, it's like, oh, it's not for me. And it's like, yes, I'm the master of Pumpkin Town. I'm better at this than anybody, and
Uh-huh.
and now I don't even have to compete with Oogie Boogeyman anymore.
Right.
Ooh, I'm the Oogie Boogeyman. And the horizon has signs you should keep moving with if you work out their plan. Now, the butterfly is a sign of transformation. So you could say this before I get into this here. And it's a sign of hope. So, but the hope is rooted within and letting part of it out, maybe somewhere where it shouldn't be. But then it, comes back to where it should be. And so we have the Two of Candles, like something off one of those adventure Indiana Jones or something sort of movies, right?
Right. Two of candles burning together. Two of candles now and forever.
But you got the wands, you have the clubs. This is what this card is all about. And so what did we have? We had a queen of. So what else did we have that we were looking at for now? We have a queen of cups. We have.
Yeah, I'm gonna Queen of Cups, and it's a relaxing. This card gives me a relaxing feel.
Well, all the queens are like that. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya Nama Om. You work with mantras like that, and it can kind of feel like you're kind of, but being sober, it's not a problem. You're drifting, and but it's so you have this power over your reflection. You're scrying in these other techniques of your emotion and your psychology, and I feel like that's one of the things about that card.
Yeah.
And in a way, you can't necessarily say that of the 16 court cards is that the kings are the most developed, and then the queens, and then the princes, and then the princesses, or whatever you happen to call these cards, depending on your deck. Of course, Crowley calls the kings the knights, and others will call the princesses the pages, and then the princes would be called the knights.
When I look at this card, it's like looking into a reflection and seeing or feeling just a little bit of sadness. Looking